Welcome to Austin, Texas. We're at the IT Expo newsroom. We're here with Aliaksandr Kuushynau. How do I do?
It's more or less good.
More or less good, not so hot. But the CMO of Gurtam, which I can certainly say Gurtam, and you guys have been really kind of behind the scenes, the drivers, the enablers for those of us who are trying to get global positioning in the Russian community figured out, because you guys handle all that GPS stuff there. Tell me what your business models are. Tell me about your successes in Russia and then how we're going to apply them to the US.
Okay, so we are mainly working now on the European market, and Gurtam has, I should say, about 30% of Russian vehicle tracking and fleet management market. So it's quite a big market because it's not just GPS, it's also GLONASS, which is really popular at the other side of the ocean. So the devices and the technology we use are pretty similar, but a bit different there. So what we have at Gurtam is our software, which is called VLON, which can work with almost any, I should say, GPS devices, GLONASS devices, personal trackers of AVLs, any. So what we do is we implement the protocols into the system. We never ask producers, vendors of the device to make some changes. No, we just receive the protocol and introduce them into our system, and it works. So it helps integrators or operator company who use our software to have different devices sending information to one system. And it really helps them because devices are changing rapidly. The new one comes, but still the old ones are in use. But with VLON, they can have everything in one system, and that's how they grow. And our market now is over 50 countries, I should say already.
And you're also in Latin America as well.
We are working in Latin America. We have partners in Africa, I should say in Australia as well, any other continent, unfortunately, except the United States of America, where we are just coming for the first time.
And now we're looking for integrators and partners to work with you guys, right? And one of those key ingredients that you said, you guys have a nice little interface that was shown earlier with Jorge, and I got a big kick out of the way it was managed to deliver the solution so that people could kind of track where things were, but also kind of get a general sense as to availability of devices and that kind of stuff. So you could use it for scheduling, you could use it for optimization, and obviously theft was something that was on my mind.
Sure.
Just out of curiosity, like, what's the drivers when you talk to your customers? What are they using you for? What's the incentives? What are they saying? Oh my God, I'm so glad you're here because I've got this problem. What problems are they trying to solve?
They have, actually, it's also kind of different on other sides of the ocean, because we have a quite huge problem of fuel theft in Russia, in Latin America, in those countries where VLON is popular. And in VLON, it is possible to include different sensors in the software and get information from them. So when the company's fleet is used not how it's supposed to be, when drivers go in with his job car to his personal needs, something, when he steals fuel, everything goes into the system, and the next morning when he comes back to the office saying, oops, I did that track, and on the map you can see that he's just been near the supermarket or anywhere. So that's how people change, and they get rid of those bad drivers, let's say, and hire good ones.
Right, and I remember seeing the association with tank and oil and gas in general, but the fuel efficiency, you're absolutely right. As we're sitting here right now, even here, people are afraid of what happens to their gas, right? As the price of gas keeps going up, everyone's looking for, we call it gas here, I'm sorry, we should call it petrol. But that the issues of how you deal with the tanks and how you manage your fleet is very important, and particularly there are some border crossing things going on here that might be just perfect to talk about, because we might see some customers that materialize from all that transport that goes across, with the Canadian line, the Mexican line, but you guys are doing GPS and the Russian GPS satellites. Yes, thank you. But what about are you connected up to the U.S. satellites yet, or how do we get you connected up to them? What do we got to do to accomplish that goal? Or the data is available anyway, so you don't really care.
Okay, one more thing, which is VLON is so special about that we are just a software developer. So as I've said, we can work with different type of devices, and we are like the people, some are non-partisan, we are non-associated with any type of devices. So for us, it doesn't matter how the device gets information from via GPS, via GLONASS, via Wi-Fi, or just normal cell networks. It just gets information and sends it to the Vialon system via GPRS, let's say.
Right.
So, and then
You
it's
can
on
get
the
it.
map. So it's easy. And also we have such devices that can send information not via GPRS, because Russia is not covered at all.
Right.
Completely, but it can build satellites that can get information through.
And how do you guys normally develop? Are you C programmers? Or are you Java? What do you use as your platform?
Actually, our platform, which we developed, is the server side is C++, and
Okay.
the interface is JavaScript. Yeah, and it's web application. We were the first company who introduced the web application for fleet management in Russia, because most of companies there, they still don't believe in the web applications.
Right.
They want to have something installed
That's
in their
hardwired in
computer, and because those clouds and like Americans controlling everything.
Right.
They don't believe yet in software as a service. It's also a problem for us because we have software as a service and server applications, but they want to have everything on their computer and not share data with anyone.
So it sounds like you're really us in disguise in Russia. So we got to get you more business on this side of the business, so you can be a software as a service player and work with us more.
We wanna that. Yeah, that's why we came to that great event here, and we are happy to see all those people around me. So
Cool.
it's great. Yeah.
Sasha, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Carl. It's my pleasure.